Hello my treasures, it's time to rock out with Hand Control Highlander Demon Hunter. The idea behind this is Gunslinger Kutrus actually allows us to control our opponent's hand to make the most out of Elite Tauren Champion, which makes both players basically spend all of their mana each turn, or they basically lose the game. Now, if you've been a fan of my channel for any period of time, you know this is a style of deck that I've tried out in the past, and I really do love the hand control archetype within Demon Hunter whenever it does get one or two new additional support cards. And honestly speaking, out of all the times I've tried this in the past, this felt the strongest out of the bunch. Now, for the Mulligan guide, a few key cards to look out for. Elite Tauren Champion and Reno the Lone Ranger are both important cards to keep. However, if you see them both, only keep one of them, and Reno is more important in most cases. Outside of this, you're going to be looking for early game removal tools such as Taste of Chaos, draw power cards, or early game minions such as Gold Panner. With that all being said, let's look at some games. Oh, Rogue! Let's see what fun they have for us today. There's a lot of fun Rogue decks. They're just not that strong right now. I really do want to try out something for Rogue probably this week. We'll see. Gonna get rid of the AoE, keeping everything else here. Getting the Forge online is really good. Oh, Reno in the opener is really good too. Honestly, this is one of those matchups where that might not matter too much. Let's just hero power and go face. Okay, Cobalt Miner. And then they're going to bounce it back. That's a weird choice, but it is what it is. Let's use Watcher of the Sun to forge it down. I mean, okay, in that deck, you might actually have to do that. Just, yeah. Let's get rid of their minion. Has the right chunk. Oh, Plagiarizer. That, I mean, okay, we're gonna probably not pay attention to what we're just about to give them, but, you know, oh, that actually isn't the biggest deal. Okay. All right, let's AoE everything here. Attack to that, draw another card, getting Greedy Prospector. Honest, Greedy Prospector isn't the worst card in this list just because it does give you one additional mana to play around with the Elite Tauren Champion, but it doesn't come up as much as you would expect it to. Alright, the question is, do we try to clear out the board or do we try to use Champion here? We're burning 3 cards if we use that. Let's see what we got. Oh, interesting. Because we could use that to hit one of these. Also, really, well, we couldn't have done that like that. I was going to say we probably should have done it in the reverse order. But again, Rogue right now, I haven't faced a lot of Miracle Rogue, which I know was something that people were playing like week 1 or 2. And then it just completely disappeared, and I don't understand why. It's one of those decks that isn't the worst, I don't think. And it can definitely make some really unfun games, but... Let's go. This is really going to be a time to rock out in this game. All right. How do we want to do this? Let's AoE everything off the board. Just to get it off the board, and then hero power once, and then it goes back to their hand. Maybe we can make it explode early enough, because that's what, only 12 damage. I get it, they're probably worried about the 12 damage because they are rogue, so they don't have that many ways to heal. There's a few rogue lists that, I don't know. Rogue is definitely a class that I want to visit, but I don't know how much explorability there is in that class right now. I was thinking maybe doing something with like Plague Spreader and then like the Excavating package, because that way you're not reliant on a bunch of minions. Oh, that's an interesting top deck. Let's slam down Deputy, and then we're going to showcase why this is going to be a true rock and roll game. I am actually also kind of amazed that other people haven't thought about using ETC, or I mean this ETC in Highlander Demon Hunter, because it definitely feels like one of those things that would. Also, fun fact, they're fixing, quote unquote, fixing Odin from stacking, but Jotun, I'm pretty sure, also stacks currently, and they're not fixing Jotun. All right, let's just slam this down. Probably not the best use of that, but yeah, Also, Reno incidentally does actually help us to try to explode the picks quicker. Something that you don't really realize until you're playing a game with this deck, because it does limit the amount of spaces that they could put something down, and if they're minion based, they're pretty much screwed. Okay, they're slamming down tests. They're using breakdown on the tests. And they're breakdancing the... Okay. Great example of someone making a big misplay. I mean, okay, here I will say they didn't really have much of a other choice than doing what they just did. I also realized Fizzle, in theory, could just legitimately give us additional picks if they explode the picks early. Grabbing the 5 cost, because 5 cost is always usually really good. Okay, how do we want to do this? We can slam down School Teacher. I-Beam is probably the best bet. It makes it where we don't have to waste Unleash Fell or Taste of Chaos. I mean, Taste of Chaos wouldn't have been bad to use right there either, but sometimes, you know, I mean, I-Beam isn't... I-Beam and Taste of... Oh, actually, no. We didn't want to burn a card or make it where we might burn a card next turn, so they really are thinking. Burr... Wow, I butchered that. Okay, there's Concoctor. Bubbling Concoction. Gonna try to get as much damage online as humanly possible. We're probably just slamming down the weapon next turn. Not really worried too much about their minions, though that could change plans. Okay, so we slam down Fizzle, maybe? Yeah, slam down Fizzle, slam down the War Waves, pop that just to pop it. Then we'll pop that to and get rid of the minion. I'm not really too worried about their face, just because we basically have 2 hot potatoes that will eventually explode. If everything goes well, they'll eventually explode for us. I just want to see the animation. That's all I want to see. Yelling yodel. All right, so we could... we instantly drew into the Fizzle. Also, probably should have got rid of their minions there. I know I was like, oh yeah, we're not worried about doing damage to their face, but there's been a few cases where that has backfired. Getting an 8/8 and a 4/8 is actually pretty good, especially if they're taunts. It makes my misplay there actually probably better. Well, I guess it isn't really a misplay. It's different priority, I should say. Oh, you know what? I am really curious of how this... I can't remember if I did... Huh. Because in theory, we should have 4 being passed back to them. Okay, ETC. Oh, I guess we just didn't go into Fizzle. Grabbing Theatar. Slamming Theatar down. Seeing if we can grab anything cool. Let's grab that. And then... I guess give them a Brewmaster. Yeah, just going to get rid of the minion. I don't want to deal with it. Could have got even more damage. Come on. Even if you aren't able to win, just give me the damn win with the pick, please. That's all I want. All I want. One thing I asked for Christmas, and it's all I need. Right? Please, game. Are we getting it? Let's go. Oh man. Okay, time for a game against Paladin. Seeing ETC and Reno in the opener in this matchup is not the best, which is a clear example of why we only keep one over the other. Actually, now I'd rather have kept the champion, to be honest. I mean, Mithril Terror could actually come up, right? But it's a high cost card. Ooh, Gaslight. I almost said Gaskeeper because I tried to combine the 2 words for some weird reason. Okay, there's Sous Chef. Alright, I guess we just pop it. I don't see any other play. We could have also maybe did something with Guide, but honestly that isn't... I don't want to keep any minions on board against Paladin. just because good old Crusader Aura can wreck your day, and you know, okay, there's Jukebox. All right, I guess we are going to do what I just said probably shouldn't do, but next turn we can play on curve, leaving up the 0/4. Let's pop this, then ooh, does that change my plans at all? I don't think it does. I don't really have any outcast cards in the deck. I mean, I have a few, but I don't have too many, I should say. Okay, that Warhorse. I am actually never mind. I was going to say I'm kind of shocked people aren't running more of it, but honestly speaking, people aren't running too many recruit generating cards anymore just because there's so many like really good other cards. Okay, so this doesn't clear the board. It clears the majority of the board. Going to go for the 5 damage, and then we'll have another AoE next turn, which is great. I mean, at least I will give them this. I'm assuming they probably are playing Highlander because they're running a lot of cards that you don't normally see in Pure Paladin. That would be my assumption. I really have no proof that's exactly what's happening, but probably a pretty decent assumption to have. And we can just wail on their face for 6 damage. Though they did just turn off any Pure Paladin support that they have by shuffling that into their deck, which is great for us. Okay, Silverhand Recruit number 1 and number 2. Are they running more Silverhand Recruit support? Something like Promotion or Jury Duty was the card that I'm thinking of. Alright, just going to slam this down because we have no other reason not to. Got an achievement off of that, which isn't bad for us. Actually pretty good for us. That could be a bad sign. Well, oh, right, that is the interaction. They will be able to get rid of our minion. We actually probably will just slam down Reno next turn, depending on what we top deck to. Oh, never mind. We have the chance to do the funniest shit ever. Well, you know, I'll take multiple Renos. It's not going to be much of a lone ranger in this game. Okay. I mean, we might literally Reno next turn. Actually, what we could do is we Reno. There shouldn't be that many spells left in the deck. Like, this version of the list doesn't run too many spells, right? My initial version ran all, like, the... what are they called? Relics. But I ended up cutting them out because of the Zymox bug, which is now fixed, but it doesn't really matter because I've already cut them out. Now, we slam down this. We use that to draw a few cards next turn and see if we can RNG our way into... Let's go! What's better than 1 Reno? What's better than 2? 3. Oh, they know. The funny thing is, we actually could probably end the turn or the game in like a turn or 2, depending on what they slam down. Because we can definitely play bad, or we could play good. I'm not really too worried in this position to lose the game, and the fact that the Countess doesn't give them anything is great for me. They forgot they shuffled a dragon into their deck that isn't a glass card, I guess. Okay, we can't end the turn or the game next turn, but we can draw 3 and burn a card, I guess. Slam down Reno number 2. Then slam this down just to get it on the board. Coin, put another minion on the board. Because I think In order to get the third Reno, we have to have 3 spots open in our hand. Correct me if I'm wrong, maybe 2. And it doesn't really matter if they put a big taunt up. Oh no, Amidas, what are we going to do? Good thing our snapshot only costs 2 mana. Come on, pass it back. I think they realized, but I'll give them this. They're being a good sport of actually sticking this one out. Okay, actually, we didn't need to play any cards last turn. We would have been fine. And bye-bye to Amidas. Turns out a dragon is stronger than a titan. Okay, time for a game against DK. Let's see what they have in store for us. I'm going to get rid of ETC and topple the idol. Actually, topple the idol might have been better in this matchup. We do have at least a few good turn 2 plays and 3, depending on how we want to do it. We're probably going to put down Greedy Partner first, if I had to guess, or Prospector. Oh, never mind. We don't have to, because we can just slam this down and we have something else. Okay, there's the ghoul charge. Charging into us. We can slam down our 2 costs. Oh, it is Partner. Why did I think it was Prospector? Oh, the other card that is a 2-drop is a Prospector. And that one is a Partner. Okay, I get it. They both start with P, so, you know, Alright, slamming into that, going face, drawing card at the end of our turn. Okay. I don't think we need more draw power is the problem, but none of this actually helps us. We'll probably grab some draw power just to grab it. Probably was a mistake in the long run, but maybe it'll work. We don't have anything in my hand that I really want to keep here. We did have the combo of Unleash Fel and the Arcanus, but I don't think that's absolutely necessary. Getting Gunslinger is actually pretty good, especially since we drew into a Plague. So that means... Oh, Reno should also be online. Well, now I kind of wish we still had ETC in our hand. And when I say ETC, I mean the original ETC. Okay, so... or not... Yeah, the actual ETC, not the champion. Both of which I call ETC because they're both ETC, right? And I really don't feel like saying Elite Tauren Champion every time I want to say Elite Tauren Champion. Okay, so it's still offline, which is a little bit of a problem. Oh, we do have the ETC. Why did I brain? Sometimes it does not compute. Okay, we're bouncing this back. I know we can't get multiple copies of Cleaner, but this still helps. Hey, we burned a Plague. That's great for us. I'm going to slam this down. Actually, I probably am going to misplay this. But what we really should do is play down Fizzle next turn and then use Steam Cleaner. Because if we do it in that order, then we have another Steam Cleaner in the deck, which is great for us. Oh no, actually, we can't do that. I forgot Steam Cleaner cleans the deck of cards that didn't start in the deck. So maybe that isn't a big miss. Actually, I'm pretty sure I slammed down the Steam Cleaner first. I'm like 80% sure I slam it down here. Maybe I don't this turn. I honestly don't remember. Yeah, maybe we delayed it by a turn. All right, that gets rid of all the minions on board. We can forge the Watcher of the Sun so we can heal up next turn. And that hits our minion, which is perfect. Oh, you know what? I'm keeping the Steam Cleaner so we can... Oh, never mind. I was going to say we could slam it down on the same turn as Kurtrus. But this does get rid of a big chunk of the plagues that they can shuffle into our deck. So we just gotta hope they don't hit 2 of the same type if they have another plague card in their hand. So let's use Reno. That gets rid of the 2 minions on board. Then I don't have to worry about it. I also could have got an additional copy with Fizzle in hand, but it is what it is. Okay, that actually isn't the worst. We can also bounce back Kurtrus as long as we don't get a duplicate here. Okay, oh, that actually is a pretty good top deck too. Come on. Oh, we did hit some cards out of their hand. Can bounce this back. Slam down Fizzle. Probably should have used our hero power because we could have still slammed down Fizzle, but it is what it is. So we can use Light Bomb next turn. Do we really want to use Light Bomb? If we top deck Arcanus, we'd be in a good position. Okay, never mind. I think Light Bomb is the answer here. We're going to take some damage, but actually we can just do this and then try to snipe other things out of their hand. Come on, hit something good. Oh, okay. The rat. They're no longer ratting this game. I don't know what I meant by that, but you know, it is what it is. Drawing into champion is great for us. We couldn't have destroyed the Primus. Well, I mean, actually, sure, they're going to gain HP, but, well, we've also played down all of our Highlander cards. So there's no reason for us to... Oh, great. Well, y'all do your thing. Steal their minion. We'll slam down a wall of 3/3s. Down with the ship. Okay, perfect. Hits their face. Then Unholy Frenzy actually could come up, but I think we're going to grab the taunts. Well, I mean, it was fun while it lasted. We had the Primus for all of 2 seconds. All right, so how do we get down to 5 mana? You know, this is definitely a game where we probably shouldn't... Oh! Okay, that kind of changes plans. Because we can slam this down, do 3 damage to everything, slam down the ETC. Really probably shouldn't slam it down right now, but it is just a free 8 damage next turn unless they have a way to... If they somehow top deck into enough to actually set that off, I am going to be amazed and angry. Come on. I don't know what you could top deck that would... Okay, maybe that would help a little bit. Okay, that could help a little bit. What 2 cost card did they get? Ah, that definitely could help a bit. No, one one card for full mana. I can't believe it. That legitimately, that top deck, out of all the possible top decks and random generations, I should say, that feels bad. That feels real bad. Okay. I think we choose a 5-cost weapon just so we don't explode. Because we don't have any... well, there's other ways we could have done this too. Okay, Wind Fury's good. Dealing the 6 damage just to end out the game. It won't end the game this turn, but I very much doubt they can pull a miracle out of nowhere twice in a row. Come on. Okay. Also, please don't give up. There's been too many games where my opponent has given up when they had the pick in the hand. I mean, they basically have given up at this point, but come on. I just want to see the animation. I don't get to see it often. Okay. Imagine if there was no mana cheat on that. I think it's GG. Hey, let's go. They were 1 excavating off. All right, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, across the 32 games I played with the deck, I had a 58% win rate, which was higher than I expected. This version of the list actually changed quite a bit since my initial theory craft. We cut out all of the relic package, mainly because of the Zymox bug that was going on at the time, but also because I didn't want to have any duplicates within a Highlander list, which actually helped the playability by quite a bit. I was actually quite shocked of how consistent this deck felt and how well Kurtrus paired with both Champion and Prosecutor Maldrix. Overall, this deck actually is a lot of fun to play, and if you're a fan of this type of style of deck and been looking for something to use Elite Tauren Champion in, this is honestly probably the best deck for him currently in Standard Hearthstone. Now, with that all being said, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.